Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. Had some technical difficulties a second ago, but we are back here with you today on this Monday, the 4th of November, one day before Election Day. I know we are all ready to get out there and get to the polls and make our voices and our votes heard. Before we go into that, though, we do have some very tragic news story, situation rather, that is happening here in Jackson. A man was working and he was working with an asphalt truck, and unfortunately there was an accident to where the asphalt did release from the truck and bury the man and ended up killing him. We do have a press conference video from Chief Wade, Chief Joseph Wade, and we are going to hear from him now on the accident and find out exactly what happened.
Jackson police officers were called to this location, AJ Materials, at 1090 McDowell Road, in reference to a accident. Upon arrival, they located a individual who had been buried under hot asphalt. It appeared to be some type of malfunction with his dump truck, the vehicle that he was here to pick up asphalt with. As he tried to fix the vehicle or mitigate the issue with the vehicle actually unloaded all of this hot asphalt onto him. You know, my prayers, condolences, thoughts, my heart goes out to his family. I talked to some of his family here on scene. They said he was a good man, a hardworking man, just trying to make a living. And that is really the synopsis of so many people here in the city of Jackson. So again, let's keep this family uplifted in prayer. I'm not going to release his name at this time. I want to make sure that all the family has been properly notified, because it's such a horrific situation that happened and transpired here this morning. Again, we had so many family members on scene. They were hurt, they were traumatized, and rightfully so. Again, they identified him as a good, hardworking family man just trying to make a living. So again, let's keep them uplifted. The Jackson Police Department is conducting a death investigation, but it appears to be an accidental death at this particular time, but it will still be a thorough investigation in reference to what happened here. Based on the information that we got initially, he is a private contractor who was here picking up a load of asphalt, and we're still going to look at the details, find out exactly what happens, if there's any video surveillance here. But there were some individuals on scene who tried to help him. They said he tried to fight to, make it through those injuries, but they were just too enormous for him to survive.
You know what time?
An absolutely tragic situation coming out of Jackson. So the chief said that this happened at 1090 McDowell Road, and I do have the location of this pulled up for you to see. So right here, the green dot on your screen, green pin on your screen, that is where the accident happened. If we pull out here, you can see we have Jackson State University right here. We have downtown Jackson right here. So this is where it happened. It was south of I-20 on East McDowell Road here in Jackson, 1090 East McDowell Road. AJ's Asphalt is the name of the company, and the name of the location where the accident happened. But according to Chief Wade, he was employed by a private company, was there picking up the load of asphalt when this accident happened. Of course, just like the chief just said, no names have been released yet until they know that all of family members have been identified, or have been notified rather, of the tragedy that happened today. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the family. Chief Wade said that he was told that this man was a hard worker just trying to do his job. And it's absolutely horrible way to lose your life. So our thoughts and our prayers or with the family and all of those that were there that had to witness this. Also, the first responders that were there. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to all of you. So very, very sad news out of Jackson today that happens. When we get more information, we will bring it along to you. So make sure you download the Wlbt News app so that you can get those notifications of breaking news as it comes into us. Now we're going to go on to a different subject, something that happened this morning, and it was when a couple of parents were arrested here or over in Brandon, here in Rankin County, for child neglect. So, according to the Rankin County Sheriff's Department, deputies responded to the Bay Point subdivision. It's off of Highway 471 around 12:28 Sunday morning. 12:28 a.m. Then they were called because a three-year-old child wandered to a home about 12:30 in the morning. When the deputies arrived on the scene, they began canvassing the area. They found another home that was approximately or just down the road, really, about a quarter of a mile away, and their front door was open. So they went to that residence. They cleared the residence to make sure there was no any suspects or victims or a horrible situation that had happened there. And they found in the home a 6-year-old child in one of the bedrooms. So deputies were able to get the information on the names of the parents for the child. That's William and Kimberly Oderkirk. I'm probably pronouncing their last name wrong. Here they are. This is the parents right here. So they told officers that they were a couple of houses down from the road and were headed back home. And then, after attempting to reach out to the family, Rankin County said that the father contacted the sheriff's office and told them that they were supposed to have a babysitter there until 2 a.m. Further investigation discovered that the alleged babysitter, who they stated was supposed to be there, told the police that they never knew this family nor knew where the home was located at. So Child Protective Services was called to the scene based on the totality of the circumstances and took custody of both the children. So it's a 3-year-old child and a 6-year-old child that were taken into custody of CPS. Both of the parents, rather, Kimberly and William, were located and arrested and charged with child neglect. The bond for both of these parents is set at $20,000. Again, this happened in Brandon. Then we have here in our area, in the Canton area, a man that is wanted in connection with the Canton shooting. Here he is right here on your screen, Miguel Warren. So Canton police are asking for your help to find this person of interest for a shooting that took place September 14th. The Canton Chief Police, Otha Brown, says Miguel Warren is considered to be armed and dangerous. So if you see him, please do not approach him. Just call the police, call 911, call Crime Stoppers. He has 3 felony warrants out for him for cyber stalking at this time. So again, he is considered armed and dangerous. If you know of his whereabouts, please contact the Canton Police Department. And some incredibly sad wrecks happened over the weekend in Rankin County. We have 2 different wrecks that took the life of 2 different people. So one wreck happened. It was a motorcycle crash that happened and took the life of the driver. According to the Mississippi Highway Patrol, um, it happened on Highway 469, which is near East Mountain Creek Road, south of Florence, and this happened just after 5 o'clock on Saturday. This is where officials say 20-year-old Diego Renizo was driving his motorcycle when he collided with a car driven by 40-year-old Teddy Porter. Porter was not injured during the crash. However, the motorcycle driver unfortunately did suffer some fatal injuries, and he did later die. He later died on the scene. The crash is under an investigation. Then also here in Rankin County, there was another crash that happened, a single vehicle crash. We know the name of the victim in this crash. It happened in the Robin Hood neighborhood in Brandon. First responders arrived to the scene on Applewood Lane around 8:30 Friday night. They found their 17-year-old Caleb Knight had been partially ejected from his vehicle and trapped. After being removed from the vehicle, CPR was given, but he did unfortunately die there at the scene of the crash. Officials say that Knight had several injuries, and it appears that he was not wearing a seatbelt. Both of the families for both of these victims. Our thoughts and our prayers definitely go out to them. We are going to go now to Mendenhall, where a high school coach was arrested over in Mendenhall and has been charged with 2 counts of sexual battery. So, Simpson County Sheriff's deputies say they got a complaint last month from a student against wrestling coach Sammy Byther. This is Sammy here on your screen. Investigators say they gathered evidence that supports the sexual battery complaint. His bond was set at $2 million, and he has since been fired from his coaching job. And the district says that it is cooperating with the investigation. So, definitely should not do things like that, especially when you're in the position of a someone who is in a trusted position of authority over children, like a teacher. Horrible situation, very sad all the way around. Let's take a listen or get a listen here from our sponsors at Jackson Water. They sponsor WLBT Plus, and we are so thankful for them. Let's hear from them.
Hey Jackson, curious about our water system? Join the Jackson Water Academy to get the inside scoop on our water and sewer operations. 3 sessions, 3 months, and a whole lot of hands-on know-how. You'll even get a behind-the-scenes tour of the O.B. Curtis Water Treatment Plant. So if you're ready to dive in, head to jacksonwater.com/wateracademy or give us a ring at 601-500-5200 to apply. But hurry, spots are going fast.
And again, we want to thank Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus. We do appreciate it. It helps us to bring you WLBT Plus every day at 1, plus other programming that we are coming up with, that we are getting together, that we're preparing for you. We also have our weather show that happens every day at 10 and 2:30. You can check those out both here, whereas our First Alert weather team is giving you updates on the weather. And looking at extended forecasts, especially when we got something big coming up, like, I don't know, maybe elections tomorrow, people going out to the polls and casting their votes, putting in their ballots. So let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast. First, let's look out over downtown Jackson, courtesy of Jackson Water. And here we go. It's looking beautiful out there. We have got blue skies, beautiful big puffy clouds, and just a nice bit of sunshine. It's a little warm, but it's not too horribly warm. It's definitely not summertime warm, which is good because it's November, so it should not be summertime warm. Now, let's look at our temperatures outside right now, see what we are looking at. So we're in the mid 80s, 79 over in Forest, Carthage, sitting at 75 degrees. But this is about average for what we've had over here in our area the past couple of weeks. If we look at our radar, if you tell by what we just looked at over downtown Jackson, there is no rain in the area. I take that back. We've got a little spot of rain down in Jefferson County, but we are not expecting any widespread rain, not until tomorrow at least. Our 12-hour forecast, looking at we do have a little 20% chance of rain. Doubt that anything comes from that. 0% overnight, dipping down into the 70s. And if we look at our next 7 days, you see that we've got those rain chances picking back up, especially tomorrow. We are looking at a 50% chance of rain tomorrow, as well as Saturday, 40 on Friday, 40 on Sunday. Basically, the rain that we need is coming. It may just be coming just a little bit, a little short burst at a time, but we will definitely take it. Another thing you need to remember is when you head out to the polls tomorrow, make sure you carry your umbrella with you or your raincoat or something along those lines so that if you are waiting in line, you're not going to be stuck in the rain if the rain does start to come down. So in New Orleans, there was a little bit of a shakeup that happened, and that is, the shakeup is the New Orleans Saints has fired their head coach. So their head coach the move was made public this morning. He came to New Orleans, Dennis Allen's his name. He came to New Orleans as a defensive coordinator under Sean Payton. After Payton left, he was given the job of head coach. And in 2.5 seasons, Allen acquired an abysmal overall record of 18-25 and failed to ever reach the playoffs. The Saints are currently in a 7-game losing streak, and we will have more information on that for you later in our newscast. Also, something that happened here in Jackson over the weekend, Jackson Mayor was inducted into the National Civil Rights Hall of Fame. So representatives from that organization came to Jackson over the weekend to present Mayor Lumumba with a gold blazer, which is a symbol of induction. The organization cited what it described as the mayor's tireless work towards social justice causes and compassion for the residents of Jackson, quote, or end quote there, as reason for his inclusion in that group. So Mayor of Jackson was indicted into the National Civil Rights Hall of Fame. Well, we've talked about it today. I'm going to talk about it some more, and you're definitely going to hear a lot about it tomorrow, and that is Election Day. By a show of hands in the chat section, who is ready for Wednesday? Who is ready for the strife and contention that normally comes with election season to be done with, at least for a little while? I am looking forward to that, but I am also going to be getting out and voting, doing my civic duty by voting tomorrow, and I hope that you do as well. Whoever you vote for, I literally, honestly don't care. Just get out and do what your civic duty is and go vote. So, the presidential race is not the only race that we need to be looking for. It's going to be on your ballot tomorrow. Incumbent Republican Senator Roger Wicker faces a challenge from Democrat Ty Pinkins. So Wicker says that he wants you to remember his experience when you go to the polls tomorrow. He says if the GOP takes back control of the Senate, he will be the next chairman of the Armed Services Committee. Meanwhile, Pinkins hopes that you will vote for change.
If Republicans win the majority on Tuesday, as we're expected to do, then I'll become chairman. And it'll just give me another opportunity, a more significant opportunity to back our military.
I'm hoping Mississippians vote for what's best for them. And I think that is what I represent. That's why I'm running for United States Senate. So Mississippians can have someone in Washington, D.C. that they can trust that's going to put their issues first.
So again, Election Day is tomorrow. And if you need a ride to go vote tomorrow, well, Mississippi Moves ride-share service called Roll to the Polls is booking rides now. So here's information on that. It is a free service, which is awesome. Mississippi Move is a nonpartisan voter participation organization in our state, making sure your voice is heard this election season. So if you need a ride, you can make a plan and visit msmove.org, or you can call this number on your screen. It is 662-205-MOVE, 662-205-MOVE. So be aware, you might be asked to wear a face mask during the ride. And again, this is a free service, and you can book your ride time right now. So if you need a ride to the polls tomorrow, reach out and get a ride. Get them to pick you up, take you to vote. I think it's a great thing, and especially since it's free. That is an awesome service that we have here in our area. And let's look ahead at those polls tomorrow. Again, they open at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. They close at 7 o'clock in the evening. You can go vote if you are in line. So as long as you are in line by 7 o'clock, you will be able to vote. So if you get there at 6:59, you think, oh no, the polls close at 7 and there's a line. As long as you're there and you're in line, you will be allowed to vote. And they say you must be in line for your vote to be counted. Mail-in ballots must be postmarked on or by Election Day, which is tomorrow, the 5th of November, not the 25th. I'm trying to hurry up and get to Christmas here, guys. But it is the 5th of November, so you want to make sure that if you have a mail-in ballot, you drop it in the mail today, no later than tomorrow. And you want to make sure you pay attention to the times that are picked up for the mail where you drop it off. That may make a difference. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's just a good thing for you to look at. You're also going to need a valid driver's license, passport, or another government-issued ID in order to vote. You're not allowed to have or wear any campaign material, no hats, buttons, signs, bags, shirts, anything that is supporting one political party, regardless of who that political party may be. And any of that cannot go within 150 feet of the entrance of the polling place. You can find your polling place and other Election Day guidelines at vote.org. I will be voting first thing tomorrow morning, and then we will be here with you all day tomorrow giving you election coverage. We're going to have some analysts in with us, working in conjunction with NBC, giving you the national results, and we're going to be following the national here too, but we're also going to be following very closely here the local races that are happening. So just make sure that you tune in to us here at WLBT, whether it be WLBT Plus or during our newscast on air. We would love for you to be a part of our Election Day coverage. That is going to be the end of WLBT Plus today. Again, there was a lot of tragedy that happened over the weekend and this morning here in our area. And I want to say again that our thoughts and our hearts and our prayers are with all of those that are suffering for the tragedies that happened here in our area this weekend and today. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock, but before that, we're going to have more election coverage for you during the day. And then don't forget today at 2:30, our First Alert weather team is going to be in here, and they're going to be able to give you a more detailed, time-specific forecast to look at for your election day tomorrow. You guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.